Ninth grade division championship game about to get underway. I'm Michael Knight, joined by Matt Reynolds. It'll be the Waco Lady Panthers going up against the Oklahoma Stars in what should be an exciting game. Waco advancing to the championship game earlier by winning their semifinal 57-51. Oklahoma winning their semifinal 62-56. So both teams coming into this game, Matt, with close games in their semifinal, but both getting the win by 6.
It's survive and advance here on Championship Sunday. You got to do what you got to do to get the victory. And one of these teams is going to go home with first place trophy. One of them is going to come up empty. Well, I guess it won't come up empty. They'll get a second place trophy. But both teams have had a great run. I'm very interested. We haven't had a ninth grade girls game yet this weekend. Very interested to see the talent that's on the floor.
Oklahoma comes into this matchup at 7-0. They were in a pool that consisted of 4 games. That's why they have the extra game played. Waco actually dropped a decision in pool play. They are 5-1 coming into today's matchup. The starting lineup for the Waco Lady Panthers, as we're about set to get underway: Haley Howard, Elise Tates, Adrian Rawls, Shakina Green, as well as, I believe that's Shayna Hudlin as the last starter. As the Oklahoma Stars know, it is Aaliyah Parks, the last starter for Waco. Oklahoma controls the opening tap, and we'll see what they do here, moving left to right, and a foul at the free throw line. The starting lineup for Oklahoma, as Jessica Mercer was just fouled. The rest of the 4 starters include Delaney Nix, Jordan Brooks. You have Lauren Fields, who just took the pass. Floater in the lane. No good. Got her own miss. Put back off the mark as well. The final starter is Jordan Blay. 3 ball on the way. In and out, no good. Rebound being fought for and won by Waco. Lady Panthers with a second chance opportunity. They can't get that one to go. Blay with the board. Quickly back the other way is Jordan Brooks. And Brooks puts Oklahoma on the board and in the lead, 2-0. Underneath, shot off the mark for Adrian Rawls. Couldn't get that one, as she almost plugged it in between the rim and the backboard, but she'll shoot 2 free throws right now. First free throw is no good. Second free throw is off the mark as well. Oklahoma up ahead. Nearly lose it, and now we're going to get a jump ball call. I don't know where Matt went. I guess he's going to take the rest of the half off. Don't know why he jumped on to start. If he's going to indeed go to a break and get ready for the next game, but I'm assuming that's where he went. He's here for the start, and then all of a sudden, he's gone. I'm sure he'll be back for the second half. Waco, meanwhile, drops a 3. Actually, that's a long 2. Standing on the line and knocking down the jumper was Shakina Green. Full court pressure coming out of the pass is Waco. Oklahoma nearly throwing it away, and they weren't able to save it. Jessica Mercer doing all she could to try to save it from going out of bounds. It's going to stay with Waco, or I should say go over to Waco after the turnover. Inbound pass. Right into the lane, nearly lost it, came up with it, shot over the rim. No good. Rebound won by Oklahoma. Trying to get away is Blay. But now, we're going to get a foul on the reach as Blay came up with it. Up ahead go the Stars. Nice pass. Going to finish. Layup. Got the friendly roll. Lauren Fields is on the board for 2. Stars bounce pass underneath. Shot off the side of the backboard. No good.
Gotta make the free throws.
Matt's back. Didn't know where you went at first. Thought you would return for the second half. As the free throw is good on the second one for Jessica Mercer. And it's a 5-2 early lead for Oklahoma. Drop pass picked off by Chichi Uganzi. And up ahead to Fields, another layup, good for Lauren Fields. By the way, I was wrong on the roster. Number 21 is Chichi Uganzi, not Rachel Blay. Another run out for Oklahoma. Mercer with a layup. Very quickly, Oklahoma jumping out. Waco needing a timeout, 9-2. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, we haven't even played 3 minutes.
Very fast start for the Oklahoma Stars, and they're in impressive fashion. You knew they were going to be impressive coming in here at 7-0 in a tough tournament. They proved to be one of the better teams. That's why they're here in these final 2. But I fully expect Waco to make a game of this one. We're just in the first 3 minutes of this game. Got a long, long way to go.
13 minutes and 2 seconds remain on the clock as Waco will begin to dig out of this hole, out of the timeout.
I do like the timeout call. Settle down, everybody, get them back heading in the right direction.
Same 5 are on the floor for Oklahoma. I believe the same 5 are on the floor for Waco as well. And a turnover out of the timeout, not what they wanted. Up ahead is Mercer. Mercer to the basket, up with the left hand, no. But she'll go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Jessica Mercer was just at the free throw line. She went 1 for 2. Missed her first, made her second. She has 3 points, and it's a 9-2 lead for Oklahoma. She'll connect on the first and get one more with 12 minutes and 50 seconds left. Yeah, the Stars on top 10-2. A little hop at the free throw line. This one a little too hard off the back iron. And now Waco stolen away by Mercer. Mercer is a pest on the defensive side of the ball, and she goes coast to coast with a layup.
She's already done that a couple times. First couple minutes of the championship game.
There's going to be a blocking foul call. I think that was a 50-50 call. If it were me and I was the referee, I probably would have called a push-off. She had that forearm extended out. Now, she didn't blatantly shove, but it was extended enough for me to notice. As Oklahoma drops back to a 2-3 zone with a 10-point lead. Either way, it's a foul on Lauren Fields. 3-ball, can't connect. Oklahoma rebound. Now trapped. Steps in between the 2 defenders, gets it off to a teammate. Nice pass. Pulling up at the free throw line. And missing on the jumper was Delaney Nix. Up ahead goes Waco. And we're back to action. Sorry about that. On the last play that you saw, our power got unplugged. As she went crashing through the baseline, it knocked our plug out of the outlet. Not something. Hey, we've seen everything now.
Yeah, I feel bad for her. That's got to hurt.
Probably got a power cord right into the rib cage. Didn't miss much. Waco converted on the free throws. 14-5 is our score. Oklahoma still in the advantage, and they have a 14-5 lead. Extra pass to Mercer. Jumper off the front of the rim, but they're going to get the long rebound. Back to Mercer. Floater. Got it to go, and she was fouled.
She just keeps on battling.
A tough little guard. She is breaking it in right now. She has 10 points. And she'll go back to the free throw line where she's 2 for 4.
Mercer is one of those players, if you're on your team, you absolutely love her. The opposing team's, man, she just gives them headaches. She's everywhere. She's had a few already breakout steals, heading the other way, and now gets an and one opportunity and converts.
Give her 11 points. It's now 10. It's now 17-5 with 10:45 left, and Waco throwing it away. I'm still chuckling at the power plug getting unplugged on that last play.
Pretty wild.
We have a tiny little cone down there trying to protect it a little bit, but the force of the Waco Lady Panthers went flying in there. It stood no chance. Oklahoma with a rare miss. Waco 3-on-2. Taking it all the way, then hitting the deck. Now a scrum for the ball. And Waco, just got to be careful there.
Man.
Jump ball is the call, but
battle for it on the floor.
It was an absolute scrum underneath. Oklahoma, Mercer throws up a wild shot, and she's going to get 2 more free throws. Mercer. She had no chance to make that, but
she knew she was going to draw the foul.
First free throw rolls around and goes down. It's been that kind of first half for Jessica Mercer, who has 11 points now. 18-5 is our score in the championship game of the 9th grade girls division. Oklahoma all over Waco early on. Gets this one to go as well. Waco needing to wake up right now.
And fast.
Way downtown. That one's well short. Mercer, who else, comes up with the board. And nearly fell down. Gets it off to a teammate. Drive. Nice pass. Wide open 3. Got it. Logan Haller gets her name called.
Oklahoma Star is very impressive in this first half.
22-5 is the score. Another 3-ball, this time off to the left. Offensive board. Putback won't go. Waco with another offensive rebound, and we're going to have a foul. Nope, travel.
Shuffled her feet.
Jalen Johnson with the walk as she was moving around, pivoting. She moved her pivot foot. And
it's a little too much.
And I believe, getting a much-deserved rest is Jessica Mercer, who will sit down right now with 13 points. As her team is up 22-5. Checking back in is Chichi Ugazi. Fakes the pass to Ugazi, now driving, shot off the mark, but there for the offensive putback. She needed to control herself, but Ugazi is there.
Wild possession there. Bouncing off of Lady Panthers' hands. Hits her head, then into the hands for the Oklahoma Stars.
Another three as Waco starting to settle for the three-point shot. Dribbling out to the perimeter and launching. Can't get that one. Was Reggie Allen. And you're starting to see it. Frustration a little bit from the Lady Panthers as they've fallen down big here. And we haven't even reached the halfway mark of the first half. Not only do you see them getting a little frustrated, but they're starting to settle for those three-point shots.
Yeah, I mean, they need some three-point shots to start falling to get back in this one. Down 24-5, but they got plenty of time if they can just work it around and get some good, solid inside shots. And, man, Oklahoma Stars are on fire.
Another three ball, this one from Logan Haller. She now has a pair of trays. Give her 6 points. Jessica Mercer with a game-high 13, as this has been an unbelievable performance by the Oklahoma Stars. I mean, what do you do in the Waco huddle? Now, I don't necessarily think they need some threes like right out of the break. I just think they need good possessions. That's the thing. They're not getting any good possessions. I think they've maybe had 2 or 3 so far in this game. And I'm talking solid. You can have a good possession and not score as long as you're moving the ball around, making the defense think a little bit. They're just, I mean, walking it down, throwing it up. They're getting an offensive rebound, taking it back out, and then throwing it up again.
And they need solid looks, and right now they're just not coming to them.
See what they do out of the timeout as we near the halfway mark. 27-5 is our score. It's been all Stars. Top of the key to her right. Right back to her. In motion for three. Gets this one to fall. There's a three ball from Aaliyah Parks.
That'll help. Now you got to get a stop.
Lauren Fields into the corner to Uganzi. Sorry. And now a scrum on the ground. Jump ball call. Possession arrow will favor Waco. And we're past that halfway mark now with 7:45 left. Thinking about the three, now tossing it out. Parks just hit a three. She has the ball. Bounce pass. Another one launched. This one a little too hard. Oklahoma trying to run down the loose ball. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll stay with Waco, as causing just enough disruption was Rawls. Here's Parks again. Gives it off to a teammate, launching a three. It was online.
A little too long.
She gets it all the way back, and there's Fields with the pressure. Parks with the drive. She floats the one up there. Ugazi with the board. Up ahead to Fields. Fields, nice pass and a nice finish for Jordan Brooks, who has 4. And the lead is back up over 20, 29-8. Lady Panthers to a teammate. I don't know if that was a pass or she just lost the ball. Either way, it works. Ball goes out of bounds over to Oklahoma. Late call from the official, but they got it right.
Man, I'm telling you, the Oklahoma Stars, this is impressive. In a championship game to come out like this.
Mercer is back into the game. They go to Ugazi down low. She can't get the layup off the glass. Waco with the board. Lady Panther ball. Down by 21. Top of the key, three ball, got it. Again for Aaliyah Parks.
Big shot from her.
And now we have a whistle.
Something on the floor.
I don't know if it's contact or
Looks
what.
like maybe a contact. Yeah, the way she's holding it, that's a contact. That's no good. If you only have one contact, it's kind of hard to see.
I wouldn't know. 20/20 vision, man.
Hey, but luckily she breaks out of her back. She has a solution, so hopefully she'll be able to get it back in and be able to re-enter.
Under 6 minutes to go, Oklahoma ball. Going to Ghazi. Now an open teammate for three, and they're on fire. From three-point land, Delaney Nix now getting involved. 32-11. Three ball from Waco. Can't get it. Got her own miss, then dribbled it off her foot. And we're going to get a whistle and a foul. I don't know why they're whistling Ugazi for the foul. She just dribbled it off her foot. I mean, she was standing next to her. Three ball off the inbounds. No good. Rebound, Waco. Back out to her. Elise Tate into the corner. Back to Tate. Now they'll go to Hudlin. Hudlin to Tate. Another three. This one's short. Rebound to the Stars.
Waco just can't quite get those threes to drop, but almost a turnover.
Pass to Mercer, almost picked off, but she's going to attack. Nice give to Ghazi, who gets blocked out of bounds.
Mercer just finds a way. The ball can be, she can almost lose it, but somehow, some way, no matter what traffic she's through, she's been able to get the ball in this game and get it to a teammate if she's in trouble.
Inbound pass, a nice inbound play with Jordan Brooks to finish. She has 6. I don't know if Mercer is about to be a freshman in high school or just finished up her freshman year in high school. If she grows a couple inches, she's going to turn into a Division I point guard.
Yes, she is. She's been very impressive here in this first half.
Oklahoma gets pushed out of bounds. Should be a foul on Johnson for Waco.
We've seen some very impressive performances individually throughout this tournament. By far, I think, first half performances, she has the best one so far.
Yeah.
Just to come out and be able to do what she's done.
A lot of that has to do with, this being a championship game. And I'll tell you what, I was surprised yesterday with how many running clock second halves we had because, we were in bracket play. You expected more competitive games. There was no way you could convince me that we would see a running clock today, especially if you said not only are you going to see a running clock on Sunday, but it's going to be in a championship game. I would have said, you're crazy. Well, the Oklahoma Stars doing just enough to possibly bring that into play as we have a whistle. And I believe it's going to be a shove on Waco.
And the Waco Lady Panthers, they're a strong team. Coming in 5-1, they've had a fantastic tournament. This is just a testament to how strong a performance the Oklahoma Stars are putting on up against Waco.
It's not like Oklahoma is coming off a blowout win, blowout win, blowout win. Both of these teams advanced to the championship game by winning their semifinal by 6. Both of them won by 6, not just Waco. Oklahoma won theirs by 6 as well. It's all about matchups in basketball, really in all sports. Waco with the bucket underneath. That basket good for Shayna Hudlin. Mercer again wildly to the basket. Doesn't get that, but she'll go back to the free throw line. First free throw is good. Mercer actually hasn't scored in a while, but that gives her 14. And for the game, within a game, Mercer is now on top of Waco, 14-13. She rattles that one in.
Man, this first half is just absolutely impressive. The way she's been able to command her team to victory.
There's a walk.
With steals, I mean, she's not just done it with points, with steals, assists.
Floor general.
That's the best way to describe her.
And normally when you give a point guard the moniker of floor general, that means they can't score. And they're just kind of a leader who can pass, play some defense, but she's a star. Literally, for the Oklahoma Stars. Got another foul on Waco. Frustration setting in a little bit for the Lady Panthers. With 3:23 left in the first half, it's 36-13. Been all stars in this one.
They've shined.
Shooting a pair of free throws is Jordan Brooks. Clanks that one off to the right. This is her first trip to the free throw line. In fact, this is the first trip, believe it or not, for any other Oklahoma star to the free throw line besides Jessica Mercer. Granted, she's taken enough free throws for the rest of the team, but missing both, but getting her own rebound. She walked before that foul, but it was a nice play and a heads-up play to realize she was about to miss. Realized nobody was boxing her out, and she had a chance to get the rebound. She just forgot to put the ball on the floor. Waco, top of the key, jumper from the free throw line. Clanks around, almost went in, but it touches the black tether supporting the backboard. Not really supporting, it helps pull it up when they need to pull the basketball goals up. Not realizing that the pass was coming to her, and then a reach-in foul. Wow, Delaney Nix got bailed out there. Had no idea the pass was coming to her until the ball literally bounced right next to her. And then reaching in was Hudlin. Nix shooting a pair. Clanks this one in. She now has 4. And the lead jumps out to 24. And this one is now a 25-point lead for the Oklahoma Stars, under 3 minutes to go. Once again, a reminder, if the Oklahoma Stars are up by 25 in the second half, we will have a running clock until Waco can get the lead down to 20. But that doesn't start until the second half, as Waco stealing away the ball from the Stars and taking it to the basket. Nice little take by Haley Howard, who is now on the score sheet, 38-15. Up ahead to Haller. Haller for 3, no good. Waco with the rebound. They're going to run down the loose ball and roll out of bounds. She couldn't get it back into a teammate. Good hustle play, though. You got to tip your hat to her, at least Tate. Running down the loose ball. Just couldn't quite keep her shoulder off the baseline.
Nearly.
38-15, under 2 minutes to go. Fields to Mercer. Mercer for 3. Off the mark. She's got her own miss. Now to a teammate for 3. This one is in for, I don't have a 15. We'll try to get 15 on the roster and give her name in the second half, but she's got 3. And off the steal goes Fields. Fields throws one into Mercer, but it was tipped out of bounds at the last moment. In fact, I guess in the 9th grade division, the running clock starts in the first half, because it shouldn't have continued after that ball went out of bounds, but it did. Fields with the jumper. It's off the mark. Waco with the rebound. Never thought we'd have a running clock in a championship game, but that's what we're going to see in the second half, is Waco with a turnover. Dribbling in trouble, but getting out of it. Nice move to avoid the turnover by Rachel Blay. Shot off the mark. And another foul by Waco, and free throws upcoming. For number 15, we'll get you that name at halftime, I promise, as she hit a 3-pointer earlier. Misses that one. Let's see. Trying to look down the roster and see which number I haven't called to try to maybe figure out who this could be. Don't want to speculate, though. Misses both. Waco with 30 seconds. I didn't look at the clock during those free throws. Did it stop? It did? All right, so we just had a mistake on that last out-of-bounds play. Oklahoma with the rebound. Full court pressure, trying to get a turnover. Ugazi with the ball. Up ahead. Layup, swatted out of bounds. What a block.
Nice defense by the Waco Lady Panthers.
Shaquina Green with a swat.
Good job by Green not to foul there with her body.
10 seconds remain. Inbound pass, poked away for a moment, but it gets to Oklahoma. 5 seconds. Delaney Nix, 3 ball on the way, no good, and that's the end of the first half. Oklahoma, what else can you say? 41-15, Jessica Mercer with an unbelievable first half. 15 points to lead all scorers. She had some help as well. Delaney Nix finished with 5. Chichi Ugazi finished with 2. Jordan Brooks with 6. It was Logan Holler with a pair of trays for 6 points. Lauren Fields with 24. And the mystery girl, number 15, we'll get that to you in the second half. She also hit a tray there in the first half. All Oklahoma Mets from the start, really, they jumped out to, I believe, about a 9-2 lead and then just kind of extended it from there.
Yeah, they just exploded here throughout the first half, and it's been impressive. When you come in, you're 7-0. They've already had an impressive run, but they're facing a Waco team who is 5-1. Waco, they just dropped 1 game in pool play. Since then, they've been unbeaten. And Waco, they both got here, like you mentioned in the broadcast, by 6-point wins in the semifinals. Not expecting this type of game from either team to be up this big here at the half. It's very impressive performance so far from the Oklahoma Stars.
And we will have a running clock until Waco can get the lead down to 20 in the second half. Whether or not that can happen, you know, I thought they were still in the game and started settling for 3-pointers way too early, and that kind of put them in a deeper hole than they could have been in. So Waco kind of hurting themselves when the game was still within reach. But Oklahoma just a no contest here. Waco was going to have to play next to perfect to keep up with the Lady Stars in that first half. We'll see how they come out and try to bounce back in the second half. We will have a running clock, more than likely for the duration, unless the Lady Panthers can get it back within 20. We'll be back with the second half, and we'll be back with number 15. Need to get you that name, as she hit a tray late in the first half. For Matt Reynolds, I'm Michael Nye. We'll be back with second half basketball. This is the 9th grade Girls Division National Championship from PrimeTime Sports. Welcome back. Second half about to get underway. The Oklahoma Stars in control here. I'm Michael Knight, joined by Matt Reynolds. This is the 9th grade girls division national championship game, and it's been a no contest as Oklahoma has a 41-15 point advantage. By the way, number 15 for Oklahoma is Piper King. I did have her on my roster, but on a different number. She hit a tray in the first half. Oklahoma saving it from going out of bounds, even though they didn't really need to. I think it was last touch by Waco. And then we're going to get a steal and a foul. Clock will run for the duration of the second half unless the Waco Lady Panthers can get it within 20. They would need 6 points to do it right now. Coming up next, we'll have another championship game. This one will be the 11th and 12th grade girls title, as that shot is off the mark and can't get the put back. Wrestling for the rebound. Jump ball call. Bodies flying everywhere. And the 11th and 12th grade national championship game will feature the Dallas Stars, who have won every single game by at least 20 points, including a semifinal win earlier today, which honestly, it was a close game with the exception of a huge run by the Stars. Ended up winning by 20, I believe. What was it that we said? They finished on a 24-2 run. 24-2.
Impressive.
Ridiculous. They'll play for a championship against Team Texas, right?
We believe so. They still haven't posted the score in the lobbies. That's who I believe won on court 6.
And coming up later after that, we'll have the 10th grade girls championship game. That's going to feature the Oklahoma Select and the Waco Lady Panthers, as Waco will try to at least get one championship back, as this one is not going to go, or not going to stay here in Texas. It's going to go up across the Red River to Oklahoma. We're going to have another Oklahoma-Waco matchup for the 10th grade girls championship. Hopefully we get a little bit of a closer game than what we have right now. No score here in the second half. It's 41-15. Then we'll wrap things up with the 8th grade boys championship game. They should be playing semifinals
right now. New subs all in for Waco.
Some pressure, now a drive. Basket, what a strong move from Delaney Nix to get to the rack. She has 7. Poked away by Mercer, and she's on the run.
Mercer's
Jessica
everywhere.
Mercer got stripped. Good defensive play, but she lost it out of bounds. What a play to defend that by Reggie Allen, but Mercer getting the steal.
Good job by Allen to not let her have that easy basket and knock it out of bounds.
Talk about easy basket, just a little inbound pass to Jordan Brooks, and knocks down the 8-foot bunny. Three ball on the way, it's off to the right. Battling for her own miss, she got it and put it back in. Good for her. Aaliyah Parks with 8 points. Aaliyah Parks. $11:50 left, 45-17. 28-point advantage. The clock will stop if it gets down to 20. I don't know if that was supposed to be a shot or a pass underneath, but either way.
They're going to give her 2 free throws.
Haller gets fouled. Honestly, I couldn't tell.
That was one of those tweeners, you know, that's really up to the ref at that point.
Holler can't get the first one. Good look at her at the free throw line. Clanks that one off the front of the rim. Waco with the rebound. With 10:45 left. Clock will just roll on down unless the Lady Panthers can drop off 8 in a row. And foul on the board. Underneath on the Lady Panthers. So it's going to be an Oklahoma Stars championship as they will run through the Primetime Sports bracket. Undefeated, 8-0. Take a championship back up to Oklahoma as Mercer trying to get it underneath. There was nobody there. A rare mistake from Jessica Mercer in what it has otherwise been a very good game. Waco, I believe, will retain possession. They will. .9:45 left. And it's 1:36 real time. Ball poked away. Back to her. 3 ball. Look good. It's a little short. We're going to have a foul underneath against Waco. So 1:36, our next game scheduled for 2 o'clock, and with a 9:20 running clock, we could start on time. Could get back on schedule. Tongue twister there. Fields has it poked away, loses it. Mercer's back there to run it down. She's trapped though, and we're going to get another Lady Bear foul. Closing in on the halfway mark of the second half as Oklahoma, we haven't seen as much scoring on the travel there from Mercer. We haven't seen as much scoring as we did in the first half, where at half it was 41-15. So far in the second half, the math is extremely easy. It's 4-2. Still in favor of Oklahoma, but only 4-2. Off the miss. Waco can't put it back. Oklahoma up ahead. Mercer has to run it down. She does and finishes with a left hand. That's her first basket of the second half. She has 17 points to lead all scorers. And the game within the game has Mercer tied up with Waco at 17 apiece. We've had a couple of those games.
Yeah, we have. Through this weekend. Did not expect a championship game.
No.
To be anything like this at all.
Where an individual scores as much as their opponent. And she's a baller, that's for sure. And we can confirm that it is Team Texas that's in the championship game against the Dallas Stars. We saw them last night. In fact, they were our last game in bracket play. That sent them to the semifinals this morning as the free throw is short. Up ahead goes Oklahoma. Pass. Now working it around. Holler goes to King. Now in between the two circles to Nix. Nix to Holler. Up to King. Thought about the in-rhythm three. Now they'll go in the corner. Passes it out to Nix. Nix to her right to Holler. And once again, it's Nix, King, and Holler all passing it back and forth. A 3 ball by King was off the mark. Last touch by Oklahoma goes over to Waco with 6.5 minutes left. Who did Team Texas beat last night? Was it ETE?
ETE, yes.
To advance to the semifinals? That's what I thought.
ETE, one of the teams that we thought after watching them through pool play a couple times, had a chance to maybe make a championship run.
We were both impressed with Team Texas.
Yeah, Team Texas.
The way they beat ETE was impressive.
So we should be up for a fantastic matchup between two teams that are coming in 6-0.
Although I will say, as impressed as I was with ETE after seeing the Dallas Stars earlier today, I don't know about this matchup.
It's going to be tough, but I think it'll be competitive.
Yeah, I don't think it will be a 20-point win. Although then again, I didn't think we'd get a running clock here in this game. So
yeah, Team Texas, they won 53-49 over the Prodigy to advance to the championship. So they had, they had a close competitive game with the Prodigy. Were able to advance, not near what the Dallas Stars were able to do in the semifinal game, but both teams undefeated. Only teams left standing.
Piper King knocks down the first. The referee. Good look at Piper King. And the back of the referee. Now back to King. As you can see in the background, the running clock. And King can't. Oh, she got the friendly roll on the second free throw. She's got 5. 49-17. Stars going to be champions of the 9th grade girls division. Waco, a disappointing loss, but a nice little jumper there from Haley Howard. She's got 4 up ahead to Ugazi, who finishes with a left hand. She answers and has 4 of her own.
Nice shot there by Waco.
Needed more of those in the first half. Couldn't get it.
Waco's still playing hard in the second half.
Ugazi thought about a shot, then passed it off. Step back 3. This one clanked off the back iron for Delaney Nix. Waco, top of the key. Now to the right, 3 ball, look good, rattles in. For Hudlin, who now has 5. Back-to-back trays for Waco. It's 51-25. 6 more points, and we'll go back to a regulation clock. Underneath to Ugazi. Leaves that one short. And Waco on the run. Lady Panthers in rhythm 3. This one goes in. 3 consecutive trays for the Lady Panthers. This one from Elise Tate. And it's now 51-28, and the clock will stop on the timeout by Oklahoma with 3 minutes and 17 seconds left. It's 51-28.
Waco, they're heating up. If they could have had some of these fall here in the first half, when the Oklahoma Stars were just on fire, we would have a much more competitive game. But Oklahoma Stars, then in the first half, they just purely dominated. Waco here in the second half, they're holding their own. Staying focused, still competing as hard as they get.
Lady Panthers just heated up at the wrong time.
A little too late.
So they had 3 straight threes going right now. 3:17 away from crowning Oklahoma as the national champs of the 9th grade division. Spinning round. Now underneath. Nice pass and finish for Haller. She has 8 points. Waco driving down. Shot no good. No call, but
plenty of contact.
I think it was a good no call as the defender just went straight up and Green bounced into her and bounced off of her. Now Green is at the free throw line after the turnover.
As the defender, if you can keep your hands straight up, more times than not, foul won't be called against you, even if there is a little contact made.
Not only did she stand straight up, but when Green bounced off of her, she didn't move at all. It was like running into a wall. Green drops the first. She has 6. Second free throw is good as well. Fields will cross half court. Goes to the right. And just holding on to the ball a little bit. Piper King to Mercer. Mercer to Holler. Holler to the free throw line. Had Fields underneath. They missed her. Now King launches for 3. Can't get it. Waco has to save it from going out of bounds. They do to Mercer. And Mercer underneath with the basket. She now has 19. 55-30. Slinging it across the floor. What a pass. Can't finish. Shot. No good, but she was fouled going up. That'll be Adrian Rawls going back to the free throw line to shoot 2. She made a trip to the free throw line in the first half where she made both. And then the trip in the second half went 0 for, so she's 2 for 4. Now make it 2 for 5. And we're under a minute to play. With Oklahoma going to be crowned champions. Second free throw no good as well. Ball still being fought for. And they're going to give it to Oklahoma with 30 seconds left. Inbound to Nix. Nix crosses half court. Goes to her right to Fields. 20 seconds left. Getting some pressure. We'll have to move around now. Get some separation or pass it off to a teammate. Does. Loose ball for a moment, but gained by Nix. Now to Fields. Fields to Nix. 1 second. And the Oklahoma Stars have won the 2014 Primetime Sports National Championships in convincing fashion with a 25-point win in the title game. 55-30 is the final score. And that just a game that we didn't see coming, but an unbelievable performance early on. Oklahoma able to just continue to extend the lead, and we had a running clock, something that we would not see today throughout the second half.
Yeah, definitely didn't see this one coming. Thought we were going to be in for a very close one. Turns out to be a 25-point victory. Got to give credit to Oklahoma Stars as they came out red hot from the field and just never stopped hitting their shots. Played hard to the end. Did the Waco Lady Panthers, but they came out cold and just couldn't get enough going in the first half.
The Oklahoma Stars are your 2014 9th grade girls division national champions. They win it with a 55-30 victory over the Waco Lady Panthers. Coming up next, we'll have another championship game. The 11th and 12th grade girls title game will be on the line when the Dallas Stars will take on Team Texas. It should be fun. The Dallas Stars have yet to have a game not decided by at least 20 points. We'll see if Team Texas can give them a run for their money after this. Matt Reynolds will have the play-by-play call of that game coming up in a moment, as we're now ahead of schedule. The game originally scheduled to start at 2 o'clock. It's now 1:48. We'll have another championship game after this from Carrollton, Texas at the IAD Gymnasium.